Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another live stream. And this is the pre-game live stream for The Last of Us episode 202. You know, I think this is going to be a make it or break it type of situation. You know? I mean, this is HBO, so it's going to be heat. You know? It's going to be heat. Can y'all hear me out there well? Is everything good with the sound? Let me do a couple technical things real quick. Let me get the mic right. Can y'all hear me well? Is everything good? Okay. Okay. I think everybody can hear me. Let's see who's in the chat real quick. We got Debbie, Yebby, Bo, Bebby, Banana, Fana, Fo, Febby to the fee, 5 Mo, Mevy. Debbie is rocking with us tonight. Yes, indeed. We got the brother Ghost MKC here. We have the wonderful, beautiful Dawn in the building. We have the wonderful Elizabeth in the building. What's going on? Happy 420, by the way, everyone. And if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you as well. We have the beautiful, wonderful Joy in the building. Yes, we got A-Lord Corey in the building. What's going on? Happy Easter, family. We got Jen the teacher. Yes. Hey, it's been a minute. Nice to see you, as always. We have the beautiful No Context in the No Context. Don't worry about what I've been saying about the show, yo. Like, I'm still watching, and if they cook, I'm gonna cook. You know what I'm saying? If they put down the oil and they got the grease in the frying pans and stuff, I will cook. I'll just put it like that. But it's gotta be pretty hot in their kitchen for me to come in there. Like, for real. Like, it's gonna have to be pretty hot in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? We got Guy Incognito in the building. Happy birthday for all the sad folks who share a birthday with the 420 and Hitler. What? Shout out to Guy. What's good, Guy? Oh, we have the beautiful, wonderful Ma in the building. Mickey B. Hi. You almost missed the pregame. Oh, but you right here. You right here on time. Yes, indeed. We got the Chocolate Thunder in the building. What's going on? Steve the Green Hand in the building. Yes, that's what's good, family. Good to see you here. We have Katie here. Yes, who else is here? We have Suzanne in the building. I tried to join your live stream on Discord the other day to watch. For some reason, it obviously didn't allow me to join. I don't know what's wrong. I think you have to actually like hit the link and join it from YouTube. I don't think my live stream actually plays in the Discord, but it kind of gives you a link. Like when you see the announcement or the event, it'll give you a link that you can go to, and that's where we're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm understanding what you're saying, right? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Man, my chat jumped. Okay, yes, thank you very much. Letting me know. Okay. So all right. Oh, you did hit the link and it didn't let you join? Oh, okay. Well, you can always catch it from here on YouTube. You know, hit that bell, it'll give you like a notification. Or if you see the live stream, you can have it notify you for that specific live stream too. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm glad you're here with us today, though. You know, we had a good time these last few live streams, and the live stream we did with Miscellaneous Gab, that was fire. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I loved every moment of all these live streams. Bill Chill, what's going on? Happy 420, brother. How you? Yes, indeed. Okay. Yep. Subscribe to the YouTube and hit the notification bell. No, you're not banned. You definitely over here. Oh no, not at all. You here right now with us. You good with us. It's nothing done. You know, you good. Yes, indeed. Hit that like button. Let everybody know you here. Also, um, share this video to somebody that watches The Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? This is the make or break episode. I hate to say it, but season 2, episode 2 is gonna be one of those kind of episodes. Like, if this isn't fire, they're gonna lose a lot of viewership. The viewership is going to tank if this episode doesn't seal the deal, because the first episode was not a hook. It was not a hook. Like, think about the first episode of season 1 and how that would stand up to the first episode of season 2. I mean, it's literally no comparison. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm just a guy on the internet talking my shit. But, you know, I think that if this episode doesn't do it, yo, yeah, okay, Joy. Joy says, I think this episode gonna cook. Last episode was a lot of setup. And you're right. You know, there was a setup, especially with the cordyceps reaching through that pipe and coming into the town. I wonder if they'll be like releasing spores into the town that'll start infecting some of the townspeople. That would be very interesting. Um, because I know that in the first season they didn't have any spores. Like, they didn't focus on the spores at all. Um, I I don't know why, but I think now that they've added the spores in as a mutation or a leveling up. You know what I'm saying? Because we've already saw a leveling up with the stalker, right? And I love this about this season and I love this about the adaptation, because they are actually making the cordyceps more of a character and more giving them more of a mind. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know they're all like a hive mind and they can communicate. And if one sees you and it can, communicate with others far away through the mycelium network, like I thought that's all dope. And they hit on that in the first season, but the spores and stalkers seem to be some sort of mutation. You know what I'm saying? That the cordyceps are going to. You have to think about it, right? The cordyceps being able to live in a human body and withstand the human body temperature had to be a mutation in itself. So it's obvious that this cordyceps is literally trying to get rid of humans. And the only reason that I would be able to think of or surmise is because of humans' destructive nature. Um, I don't know if you guys are watching Common Side Effects, but I think that that is what's happening with Common Side Effects as well. It just appears right now in the first season that this mushroom is healing humans. But I think that this mushroom has a plan. You know what I'm saying? Because we start seeing some side effects happen after at the end of the season. We start seeing that all the people started having side effects. Yo, yes, Jen the teacher. I love Common Side Effects. Definitely one of the dopest things. I'm telling you, what's crazy is I got Severance at the top for 2025 so far. Severance is going to be a hard act to follow for the rest of the year. But Common Side Effects came through with some heat. I'm not going to lie. But Severance is going to be a tough act to follow. And Severance started, what was it? January 17th. So they came to us at the top of the year. And it's just going to be I don't even know what shows are slated to drop this year that can even compete with Severance. You know what I'm saying? Will we get another Dark Matter? Will we get another season of Dark Matter? Um, Dark Matter has a little bit of redemption to do. It was kind of cloudy in the last few episodes. However, it was a great season, but it got cloudy with all those different doppelgangers and shit like that. Hmm. Let me look at what y'all saying in the comments real quick. Common Side Effects, though. Common Side Effects definitely was fire. Ebony's in the building. Good to see you. Yo, I'm here. I passed out on y'all last night. Yo, Yo, I did have this like dead spot in my live stream when I was looking for like some pictures and stuff. Food Pyramid was up there with me, but it was still good. I think that, that video, and I gave y'all a sneak peek. If you go check the live stream last night, I gave you a sneak peek into one of my herb theories. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, glad to have you here. Let me see. What was I about to say? Yeah, this season right here. What is this? Why is it showing this? Give me the Last of Us trailer. Yeah, this trailer. We'll just leave that there. Yo, I'm gonna tell you. I was telling y'all about. I was telling. Oh, the counterpart was cooking. Yo, and they gave me a copyright strike for that. I got a copyright strike for what I said about counterpart last night, y'all. I didn't play none of the season. All I had was like the trailer playing in the background off of IMDb, and they gave me a copyright strike. I'm not bullshit. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all the copyright strike. They hit me with a copyright strike for the shit that I was saying. They didn't hit me for like anything real. They kind of hit me for what I was saying. Hold on. I'm gonna take a little screenshot. And I'm gonna show you the part too. And it literally tells you why. It literally tells you because some counterpart. So if you know what the conversation was last night and what we were talking about last night about the copyright strike, the copyright strikes that I get are not about me using these videos and pictures, y'all. The copyright strikes that they be hitting me with is about the shit that I'm saying. So, and I'm about to prove it to you. I'm about to show you. Here it is right here. Okay, so it's not hurting my channel or anything, but hold on, let me take a little screenshot and show y'all. Okay, and it was last night's live, and it was because of counterpart. Okay, I got a screenshot. I'm gonna show it to you. This is crazy. Now I know I probably sounded a little bit paranoid last night, but this shit should show you guys that I'm not bullshitting. I could even show you the part of the video that they copyright strike. You know what I'm saying? They copyright strike me for a show that got canceled that's not even on the air or nothing like that. Like, come on, y'all. I don't know what that is. That's suppression. That's what is it? Censorship. Boom. Here it is right here. So they saying I can't monetize, but they still hit me with the copyright strike. The copyright claims on your video don't affect your channel. This is not a copyright strike. Okay. It's a copyright claim. All right. But it was for the counterpart 2018 trailer. But why? Why would you copyright me for a trailer? Like, check this out. I'm even bringing awareness to the show. How about that? I'm bringing awareness to the show. Like viewership. Like a couple of y'all might go out there and check it out because I was talking that shit last. You know what I'm saying? But if you know, you know. I'm not gonna get into it again. But they're not gonna like shut me up though. Just know that. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? I think that the stuff that we saw in in The Last of Us, the first season. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I've checked out of the show's narrative and stuff. Not just because I watched the little video game thing and I know what's gonna happen. It's because I don't think that the execution is coming off like it should for an HBO quality show. That's just my opinion. However, I'm here for all the symbolism and all of that shit. Like the stock symbolism is crazy. I could play a little bit of that real quick. Where's that stock symbolism? Now, let's get to that stock market symbolism, shall we? A bear market is when the prices of assets, usually stocks, falls by 20% or more from recent highs and stays down for an extended period, typically driven by pessimism, fear, and or weakening economic fundamentals. Why? Yo, so that's just a little taste of it, right? what the gist of it is that throughout that entire episode, they were dropping stuff like clues about the stock market within the dialogue, within the props, within the actual actions. Like Ellie fell through the floor and crashed into the stock market. Pretty much, she crashed. There was a market crash, right? She crashed into the marketplace, right? Then they also had the fertility symbolism when her and Dina were standing there where she killed the stalker monster, where she killed the stalker at. Where she killed that stalker, they literally had the dairy and eggs. That was the fertility symbolism. And if you know the game, then you know where the fertility symbolism is going to be pointed and directed at. You know where that's going to hit. You know what I'm saying? 1984 is a real issue, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're living it right now. You know what I'm saying? You like the storytelling yesterday. That's what's up. That's what's up. What do you guys think about this this episode and the impact that it should have on the series for going forward? In my opinion, I think that this is the make or break episode. If this episode does not hit the mark, or if there's a lot of bullshit in there, then the viewership is going to tank. If this episode is a great episode and this episode takes it where it needs to be taken, then the viewership is going to rise a little bit. It's not going to go crazy, but it's definitely going to rise a little bit. Let me see. We got Through the Valley. Okay, so Through the Valley is the name of this episode. As a storm brews in the mountains, the people of Jackson Hole prepare for the worst amid increasing sightings of infected. Meanwhile, Abby weighs her options. Okay, weighs her options. So what are her options? What's going on? Okay, so this is something from the game. You know what I'm saying? This is obviously from the game. They've changed a few elements of it. You know, this I'm sure that this scene is going to come with like a few different elements. I think this is going to be the height of the episode. Um, I used this picture from the thumbnail of this live stream. I was like, what is he looking at, yo? Like, what's going on here? Is this the episode where, I mean, they do the do, like, or not? Or are they gonna use that? Are they gonna use this event, this turning point with Joel? And most of you already know what it is, but are they gonna use this turning point as a carrot, dangle it in front of us, and like wait till the end of the season? Does everybody think that it's gonna happen this episode? Is it really gonna go down? Like, that's the question. You know what I'm saying? You got Tommy right there. They all seem to be holding siege. First thing I peeped was like the Olympia behind little what's his name? Is his name Benjamin? Benji? Benji. His name is Benji. The Olympia back there. You know what I'm saying? Lots of symbolism with that right there. So I'm sure we're gonna get a chance to dig in. You know what I mean? If you know, you know, Olympia, you know what I'm saying, holds a lot of symbolism there. Just to see that there is a beer company there. But I wonder if there's a real Olympia beer company. You know what I'm saying? Right now they're having a pregame right now. That's what this is. They doing their pregame. You know what I'm saying? Jackson has like exploded with people within that short amount of time, 5 or 6 years or whatever. It's exploded with people, exploded with infrastructure. Like, they have really got their shit together. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's sad to see that the cordyceps have made it to Jackson. I wonder how that's gonna play out. I wonder if they'll kick out spores. Are these Jackson residents? Hold on, let's look at this for a second. These people don't look like they've been infected for that long. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people don't look like they've been infected for very long. These people look like newly infected individuals, right? So are these the people? And they look like they just came from J.C. Penney's. Some of them with they, you know what I'm saying? They look like they just, you know, got some slacks from the Army Navy real quick. You know, no holes in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, who knows? Is Are these some Jackson residents that ended up getting infected from the spores or something? That would be very interesting. That would be a very interesting turn of events. I know one damn thing. That fence hanging on by a thread. So I wouldn't be standing there looking at that shit, you know? These do look like newly infected people, so I'm wondering if that's what happens. If you know, like, let us know, like, what happened. You know what I'm saying? No spoilers or anything like that, but if I'm right about that, he said JC Penney's. hmm They got the zombie dockers on. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, what are we talking about here? Like, they on the TJ Maxx vibe. You know what I'm saying? you know, they look like they just came. You know what I'm saying? They look like they just came in from shopping. Some of them. They don't have no holes in their clothes like they've been going through it. You know. I said the same thing about Young Bull right here. Like, they must have raided a mall and found like some clothes for these people or something. Like, because they looking a little bit fresh for the apocalypse. They got the apocalypse drip on, yo. What's going on? Is the apocalypse going to be that good? Are we going to be dripping like this in the apocalypse? I mean, look at these people. I see a hole right there in them jeans right there. Over here with this. I think that's a lady standing over there. Nah, these people look pretty decent for the apocalypse, yo. I mean, they look pretty sheltered for the apocalypse. They look decent, you know. Yo, here's the thing. You see the fur on Ellie's coat right here? These people look better than the people of Salt's Neck. These people in the apocalypse are running circles around Salt's Neck, y'all. What's going on? The fresh fits for the apocalypse. They got the Easter Sunday cordyceps drip on, yo. What are we talking about, y'all? What's good with these folks? They definitely, it's Easter. For Easter Sunday, they had to make sure this whole cast was fresh. Yo, Tommy got the ill shirt on. Like, what's going on, yo? I thought this was the apocalypse. Shorty got granny sweater on over here in the corner. You know, man, what's good? This, you know, Ellie got the fresh, look like she got a goose on, something like that. He got the, inside. He got the corduroy on the inside. Come on, y'all. They came from J.C. Penney's. There's the shirt. Brother posing. He's posing with the cordyceps Easter drip on. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all lighten up. It's 420. We in here cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. High grade octane 420, real laughing his ass off. You already know. Mm-hmm. Every time you hear me pause like that, I'm inhaling like it's 420. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, come on, yo. Bro said he had the fresh Carhartt on. First thing I'm thinking is Levi's store, then Carhartt and Home Depot. Lego. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? Back in the day, we bought jeans more ripped than these shits. Yeah, y'all might y'all might have went overboard with the clothes on this season. It's looked like they did nothing to these clothes to make them look like it was in the apocalypse, yo. They just went to AJ Wright real quick. They just took somebody down. They took an Uber down to AJ Wright and got everybody's sizes and shit on the cell phone. They was on FaceTime with the producer, the casting directors and shit, and was like, yo, I'm down here at AJ Wright. Let me get the sizes y'all need. And I'm bringing this shit back in the Uber. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers look like they came from what is it? The Dick's Sporting Goods out this. Hey, yo, what's going on? Where are they getting this gear from? It's 5 years later. Mind you, this is 25 blood clot years after the apocalypse. And y'all still had shit Y'all still had somewhere to get geared up? Come on, y'all. This is 25 years after the apocalypse. The gear is too fresh. You know what I'm saying? I know there ain't no y'all they probably got washing machines and shit in Jackson. I mean, look at Shorty's coat. She got the fresh Carhartt joint on. Like, come on, y'all. Am I bugging or what? Listen, I know I'm not bugging. The drip is dripping over here with like every time in every episode they got some new drip on. They even was talking about the drip last episode when they said Ellie looked like who they say Ellie looked like? They say Ellie looked like she was dressed like the movie. What's the movie? I can't remember the movie that Joel likes. And they even had like some posters of it around. I can't remember the name of the movie. Yeah, they just came from Bass Pro Shop. They got fresh Timbs on. Bro got on a North Face. You know what I'm saying? This is it's just too much. I don't know. I can't be bugging. I'm not bugging. They just don't look like apocalypse. These these zombies is fresh and brand new. So it's safe to assume that they probably do come from Jackson. Because if they come from anywhere else, or maybe they're not in Jackson in this scene. It looks like they are though. You got barbed wire. I don't know. It might not be. Nonetheless, bro got the fresh Timbs on and everything. I know y'all see bro got Timbs on, right? Right here. Did y'all see that? That's crazy, y'all. Anyway, yeah. So, like I said, this is the make or break episode. Um, I don't. One thing that like I said, I like the way that they're making the cordyceps look more advanced and more focused on actually getting these humans. I think that the cordyceps that made it back may have somehow followed Ellie because she had gotten bitten. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've never played the game. I'm not too well versed in the lore, but I just find it funny that, you know, she's gotten bit and then and you've seen the cordyceps inside of the bite and everything. And I find it strange that, you know, they made it a point to show us that the pipes were broken before they made it a point to show that the pipes were broken in the beginning of the episode and there were no cordyceps. But now we saw the cordyceps at the end of the episode, and this is after Ellie has been bitten. So that's what I was picking up on. I also picked up on the reason why Ellie is actually immune. I don't think that it has as much to do with the bite that her mother received, because I mean, like right after she bit her, she killed her and, you know, tossed her to the side, but the baby was already out. Like, I mean, I wish I could play the scene, but I know they're gonna try to hit me with a strike or whatever, a claim or whatever, right? But the baby was like already out. And so I think that it's from her taking that same switchblade that she just got done killing this infected with, and she used that to cut the umbilical cord. And I think it may have something to do with like stem cells and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, you know, that scene wasn't in the video game. Like Ellie's birth scene, I don't know. You know, I don't think it was. I don't remember it being in there. I know I watched the thing on YouTube. I never played the actual game though, but I don't think the birth scene was actually in the game. And I think that the only reference that we have for it is the season 1 finale when they showed us Ellie's birth scene, you know, and Ellie being born under the tree on the wall and everything that was painted on the wall. I think that Ellie may be immune due to the fact of that switchblade. And then with the switchblade is an important part of the game lore because she carries the switchblade, she uses the switchblade. think she's the only character that has some sort of defense in that way. Um, that might be that. But she places the switchblade on her while she's a baby, like right after giving birth to her. And the switchblade has been very important. What if the switchblade is the actual reason why Ellie is immune to the cordyceps? Because I mean, you just killed an infected with that switchblade and then cut your baby's umbilical cord. And it ain't like she cut it close or anything. It was a long piece left over, you know. So maybe it made its way through, and because the truth about the placenta is it continues to pump oxygenated blood to the baby through the belly button, even after it's taken its first breath. Like, you know, the baby is underwater inside of the mother, and the umbilical cord feeds it oxygen so that it can breathe, you know. So it's like an internal breathing system. And when the baby's born and you cut the umbilical cord is still pushing that remaining uh oxygenated blood. The this is why they clamp it when it's cut, like they clamp it. And so that's just my observation. I don't think that it necessarily had a lot to do with the bite. I think it may have more to do with the switchblade, because the switchblade has been very important, and she still has the switchblade, and they still focus on the switchblade. And so I think that maybe oh, did she breast is it's the breast milk? Okay, with Alice said it's the breast milk. That's interesting. Was she breastfeeding her? I think she was breastfeeding her when she walked in. I'm not sure. I have to watch that again. You know what I'm saying? Jen, the teacher, says, I have never played the game, just watching them. They are connected. Yes. So I think that it definitely has something to do with that. Amniotic fluid is pee, y'all. I just learned that a couple months ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sure that it has that inside of it, but when it comes out, that amniotic fluid, I've seen water breaking like many times, and that shit is more than pee. You know, that shit is definitely more than pee. Hold on. Nakisha said, I think it's because the cord was still attached when the mom was bitten. Being exposed right away built her immunity. Yeah, and in my video, I agree with that, sis. In my video, I I said that it might be a combination of the two things. It might be a combination of her getting bit, because she did get bit on the thigh, which is, you know, close to that area. And, you know, I'm just seeing how, like, let's say when a baby's being born, they're not connected to the mom anymore. You know, well, I take that back, because the placenta does have to disconnect, and then the mother gives birth to the placenta after giving birth to the baby. So yeah, they are still connected. There's two sides to that placenta, the mother's side and the baby side. So yeah, they are connected, and it does have to disconnect. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they are connected. But then you also you have the bite, and that's a given, right? Because we did see it looked like it was spreading in her leg real fast and rapidly. And then you also have the the switchblade and her take. I mean, yo, I've always thought about that. Like, even in The Walking Dead, when you see them kill one of the dead and the blood gets all in their eye and gets in their mouth, I'm like, how come this person isn't infected? They just had zombie blood all splattered in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember 28 days later, dude just looked up and a bird had some blood on it, and the bird dropped some blood in his eye, and boom, that caused his whole infection. Now, I'm not saying that all of these movies and shows have to have the same rules or any of that shit, but I did notice that. I thought that that was strange. Another thing I noticed about Ellie's bite, and yo, shout out to the Nikisha. She's been doing she's got her own channel as well. She reviews. I haven't had a chance to go and pull up on her lives. I've seen them a couple of times. I definitely want to come in there and see what sis is talking about. Shout out to her. She's been a friend of the channel for a long time, and I appreciate her presence here tonight. Definitely. Peace to her. You know what I'm saying? Um, One thing that I noticed about Ellie's bite, oh, let me see what Coriano said. Yeah, sometimes the blood from zombies infect them and they sometimes get lazy with it. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, because on The Walking Dead, I've seen like them smash zombies' head. Now, The Walking Dead zombies is crazy because it seems like when they turn into a zombie, their bones and stuff get brittle and they get real fragile as well. Like they're not just slow walking zombies; they're like real fragile, kind of. And it seems like you could step on one of them's head and just crush the head and all that kind of shit like that. Like in The Walking Dead, how many times have you seen the zombie's blood go into somebody's mouth and eyes and shit like that? They have literally smeared their bodies with zombie blood on The Walking Dead. Like you would think that that would have you infected, in my opinion. I remember the dude T-Bone, they was in the prison and it was some zombies in the prison. And like I said, they get real brittle or something happens to them where they just like decay or something. I don't know what it is with those zombies. But one of the zombies was in the prison and it had the handcuffs on and it was trying to get to him and the hand accidentally broke off and the zombie was reaching out for him and poked him with its bone, and that's how he got infected. That was one of the most. That was the. I was like, damn, yo, like that's a fucked up way to get infected. Like this motherfucker's hand comes off and impales your shoulder, and now you're infected. Like, oh, that was a hard one to watch right there to see how he got infected. But you know, one thing that I noticed about Ellie's bite when she got bitten in that grocery store, the cordyceps looked like they were trying to come out of her bite instead of like, you know, when they get bit, like look at when she got bit in her arm. The shit started spreading in her arm and the cordyceps, and it left like a real funky, gnarly scar on her arm, right? Okay, when she got bit in the stomach, it didn't do any of that. So could her immunity also be evolving along with the cordyceps, being that it literally is the cordyceps? You know, her immunity is the cordyceps because it's in her brain, and that's what they were going to kill her and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And we could even let's talk about it a little bit. If you guys are up for it, I'm up for it. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Oh, Chucks, thanks for the shout out. I appreciate that." Oh no, I appreciate you. You have always come through here and show my channel love with views and comments. And look at there, you got a membership. Like, yeah, like go check her channel out. If I had the link, I would be posting it in there right now. But you could check her out, Nikisha Moore Reviews. You know what I'm saying? Go check her out. What shows do you cover, sis? Let us know what you got going. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for your continued support. I'm a reflection of you. It is what it is, you know. Joy said, "I love how the 2000s Dawn of the Dead brought us fast zombies. Before that, zombie was slow and shambolic. Yeah, they were. They were very slow and shambolic. Night of the Living Dead. You know what? I'm gonna say this, Joy. If there ever is a zombie apocalypse, I hope it's like The Walking Dead or Night of the Living Dead. I do not want no fast running fucking zombies coming after us, yo. You know what I'm saying? The fast running zombies, like where you got old grandmothers that are in wheelchairs that just because they got bit by a zombie, all of a sudden her fucking hip is working now and she can sprint down the highway. I'm not fucking with that. For real. Like I'm just fuck a shotgun in the truck. We need a flamethrower. We need a flamethrower and a 50-50 rail gun on the truck from now on. Like, I'm not fucking with, I really do not want fast zombies in our actual zombie apocalypse. If so, years ago, like at least 15 years ago, the CDC put out a zombie preparedness situation, a zombie preparedness a note. Miss Real just brought me the Miss Real's tea. Hold on. And it's hot. Let's see what I got here. Mm, yeah, that's hot. That's hot, y'all. Miss Real's tea. Be on the lookout. The merch is coming too. The merch is coming. We got the shirts coming. I'm looking for somebody dependable that has actually good quality shirts. My last supplier was like dicked around with everything. But this time we coming with shirts and we coming with Miss Real's tea. You dig? This tastes like red raspberry leaf. I know this got lemon juice in it. Love it when I see an actual lemon seed floating in my drink. Like that just hits different. You feel me? You avoid it. You kind of use your tooth to avoid the motherfucker, but I mean, it just hits different. I love the tea. I love that. Oh, that's hot, y'all. That's hot. I like the tea hot. Feels like it's cleansing my insides. You feel me? She said, I just started my channel during the season 2 of Severance. My daughter and I did weekly reviews for it. Oh man, I wish I would have caught that. You should have put a buzz in my ear, sis. I did Paradise. Oh, you did Paradise. Paradise is a wonderful show, guys. If you're not watching Paradise, if you haven't watched Paradise, the season is over, but Paradise is super fire. I've only seen one episode of it, honestly. So me saying that it's super fire is just based off what I saw for the first episode. The plot twist at the very end of the episode is so crazy. It starts off like a presidential drama. And then there's a plot twist at the end. So it's real dope. So I'm thinking that it's probably going to be very esoteric. It is very esoteric. I saw so much stuff in it, so much symbolism. I might do a one-off video until season 2 comes back. Hopefully they get renewed. She said, I do General Hospital and Beyond the Gates daily. I don't know what Beyond the Gates is, but trust me, like I was one of those kids that grew up at my grandmom's house a lot. And General Hospital, like, yo, I remember what was his name? Victor. He had his son Nick. He had his daughter Victoria. Nikki was the wife. We had Drusilla. We had, General Hospital was that shit. That was my shit. I remember that. Watched that every day with my grandmother. And we watched The Bold and the Beautiful. We watched that and The Bold and the Beautiful. My grandma used to have me watching that shit with her. You know what I'm saying? And then I was old enough to go out there on the porch and start getting into trouble and bullshit. And so, yeah, it was enough of that. Paradise, Jen, the teacher says Paradise was great, but the finale was meh because they didn't know they would be renewed for season 2, which they are. Okay. So that will be interesting to see how it plays out in season 2. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, the plot twist at the end of the first episode of Paradise, so intriguing. There's so much symbolism in Paradise. You'd have so much to say. I got to check it out, guys. I got to finish that. I've been watching Black Mirror, and if you know me, you know that it takes, if the episode is an hour, it's going to take me at least 2 hours. I'll give myself an hour and a half, maybe. At least an hour and a half to 2 hours it takes me to watch an episode of something because I'm pausing, I'm looking at stuff, I'm catching the symbolism. I might break out into a whole rabbit hole of research real quick, like, yo, I know this means this, but I'm not sure about it. So let me hold that on the side. I'm writing notes, I'm doing all of this shit when I'm watching shit. So yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get through Black Mirror and do the Severance content that I have planned. However, I'm gonna do Black Mirror first. Well, watch it first before I get ready to cook because I'm noticing a lot of the symbolism that's in Black Mirror is definitely within Severance. It's all over the place. And there's something else. There's a big reveal that I'm gonna do in one of my videos. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna change the way we look at television for real. Like, yes, indeed. Joy says, must be a human condition type of thing. So many cultures and countries have soap operas. Yes, so many countries and cultures have soap operas. I remember um the Spanish people that used to live down the block from me, they used to sit on the porch and watch soap operas, like Spanish soap operas, and I thought that that was so dope because it kept their family around and it kept them like anchored into the community. Like homie's grandma, I forget his grandmother's name, but because they always called her abuela, but she was such a nice lady. But she was tapped into everybody's motherfucking business. She was nosy as shit, yo. She'd be sitting on the porch watching her soap operas and all of that, and she know everybody's fucking business that was going on. You could go to her crib and she spoke very little English, but when she was telling somebody's business, she spoke fluent as a motherfucker. It was crazy. It was like, what the hell? It was like, yo, it was, yeah, Telemundo. She was rocking the Telemundo real heavy. I remember hearing the song from Marty Mar and all of these different ones, just walking down the street to the crib and you hear her listening to her, so watching her soap operas on the porch. That was crazy. And then the kids would be sitting with her. Soap operas is crazy. Like, what was the first soap opera? I don't know the first soap opera. I don't know the history behind it either. You know, uh, tele the telenovas are legendary. Everyone's a Blayla watches them, and you did too if you were there. That's the same thing in my culture as well. Like everybody that I knew that was raised by their grandmothers or was always over their grandmother's house and stuff like that, y'all know what the Bold and the Beautiful was. Y'all know what the Young and the Restless is. Guiding light as the world turns, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what all that stuff is hitting for, especially if you had to be at your grandmother's house during the summer break and you wasn't going to school. Oh yeah, you got a first class lesson in the whole chronology of the soap operas. Like you sat there, then it would be a break in the middle of the soap operas where the Price is Right would come on. The Price is Right would come on, and then the rest of the big soap operas, the big time, the big boys would come on after the Price is Right. Yo, that was the shit. If y'all know, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? The first radio soap was Clara Lou and M, which premiered on WGN AM in Chicago, June 16th, 1930. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jenna Johnson said my granny and great grandma was on Murder She Wrote and MASH and Western. Yo, I was on Murder. My grandmother was on Murder She Wrote and Matlock too. Matlock was the shit. And somebody was telling me that I need to watch the new Matlock. They said it's really good. And they got old girl from Misery in the joint. What's her name? So I know it's got it. Anything with her is good for real. I can't remember sister's name. But yeah, Matlock, Murder She Wrote, MASH. MASH for me came on at night. And when MASH came on, Grandpa would say, yeah, it's time to go to bed, son. You know what I'm saying? Murder She Wrote, Matlock. Yeah, Matlock was the shit. That was Andy, what was his name? Damn, I can't even remember nobody's fucking name tonight. That was a great show. He uh he had another show too that Don Knotts was on that show. Dynasty. Yep, Dynasty. They don't let women fight in grown pools and gowns and pools on soaps anymore. Ha! Yo, word. Dynasty was crazy. I think Dynasty came, Kathy Bates, that was her name. I think Dynasty came on that night too. Is Matlock good, guys? Has anyone seen Matlock? Columbo was fire. I used to watch Columbo myself. There's a show on Peacock called Poker Face that's reminiscent of Columbo. Okay. Andy Griffin. Andy Griffin in the heat of the night. In the heat of the night was that shit. Yeah, Columbo was the man. I used to watch Columbo by myself. Columbo was smooth as shit. I used to watch him. What was his name? Peter Falcon. Is that Peter Falcon? I can't remember anybody's name this evening, y'all. It's 4:20, and I got the Miss Reels tea in the building. Somebody must be talking about me. My ears burning like a motherfucker. But they probably watching too. You know, it's all good. Mr. Tibbs. What you know about Mr. Tibbs? They call me Mr. Tibbs. Damn, I loved Columbo. Columbo was fire by itself. I was I didn't need my grandmother for Columbo. My grandmother turned me on to Columbo, but I was watching Columbo. Nene is in the building. What's good, baby girl? Love you, sis. What's good? I need to hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up very shortly. A matter of fact, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. I gotta tell you the address and whatnot. I gotta give you that. Yes, indeed. Sis, y'all gotta see what my sister Nene did for me, y'all. She made me a tray table and a tray. It's 420. You popped up in here at 420, sis. It's 420 and I gotta get the tray. I wish I had my tray for 420. Oh damn, I've been so busy. I've been fucking up. Thank you, sis. But we gonna get to it though. We gonna I would love a real Enigmas video on Miss Davis. Oh, speaking of new real Enigmas videos, I'm going to watch um Sinners. I'm going to the movies. I gotta go see Sinners. Sinners is one that I definitely have to go see and and do a review on Sinners. I seen this video where it showed like a lot of pieces to it. I know this video had to get copyright strike, but it was on YouTube and it was actually showing like 4K images of it, like 4K. You know, I'm like, how they do that? But Sinners is going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know yet, but it looks like it's going to be really good. You know what I'm saying? Dallas was a dream. Are you kidding me? They did that with Saint Elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Just watch Center today, movie of the year. Bill Chill. Bro, you come on, Bill Chill. Come on now, Bill Chill. If you saying that it's movie of the year, that I respect that opinion. Sly Fox Gaming says, very surprised at how good Sinners was. Best of the year so far. Okay, so cinematically, we're looking at Sinners, maybe. And television wise, we're looking at Severance, and Sinners. So we'll see. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on Sinners, and I might go see it tomorrow. I definitely want to go see it before Wednesday. Wednesday, I got the surgery. Um, so I'm gonna go see it. I want to see it before then. Yo, when it's hot and then it's still hot after you let it sit there for a little while, yeah, it's good. I think the fresh lemon juice keeps it hot. Yo, so Last of Us, we got a few minutes to the Last of Us. What? What is it? 30 minutes to the Last of Us comes on. 30. It comes on at what? 8:55. So we got about 31 minutes until the Last of Us comes on. I'm gonna open up the panel real quick to see what y'all got to say in regards to what's going on with this Last of Us episode or whatever else you want to talk about. Whatever else I've talked about up here. Yo, shout out to Nikisha. I heard great things about Sinners. I was afraid it was gonna be trauma porn, but I've heard it's not. Okay. Yeah. Yes. You just saw it today, Bill Chill. You saying movie of the year. Golden Child says I found out last year that it was that Dallas was all a dream. I gotta go check that out. I gotta go see that. Is that lore or is that like fan theory? Because that's fire if it is. I didn't watch too much of Dallas. I my uncle's wife used to watch that. Like my aunt, like she used to watch that. And she would love that show. She always talked about it at barbecues and everything. Poker Face is indeed an amazing show. Happy for the new season. Oh, okay. The Beverly Hill Billies. Yeah, I watched that without grandma. I'm watching Beverly Hill Billies. I'm watching the Three Stooges. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching all that shit without grandma. Like grandma didn't even have to be in the room. That's coming down. I'm clicking into that. But the soap operas, I didn't even really like watching the soap operas. It was just that I was sitting there with my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? She's taking care of me, watching me through the summer and shit like that. And I'm tuned into what she rocking with. And then she like, go ahead, baby, tell me what you want to watch. After her shit was over, go ahead. I got my grandma watching Ninja Turtles and all type of shit. My grandma say, is that Donatello or Raphael? You know what I'm saying? Grandma Grandma was getting into the shit with me though. I had grandma playing Mario Brothers and Kung Fu on the Nintendo in the 80s, nigga. What? Yeah, my grandma was, yeah, we was there. Outer Limits. My grandma used to watch Outer Limits and take all that shit literally. My grandma used to be like, now you know that really exists. My grandma say they got really people that can shapeshift and turn into something. She's this old lady that used to live down the street from us. I swear she used to turn into a buzzard. Grandma used to drop some shit. Grandma was the first real enigmas and theories, bro. I'm telling you, my grandma used to have me on it. But grandma dropped a lot of knowledge and stuff. My grandma was hella funny. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother and my grandfather was like, they were like a sitcom of their own. You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to real enigmas and theories grandmother. You know, I miss her dearly. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that us as humans, we carry on some of those things and those traditions like soap operas and dinners and hanging out on the porch and just doing stuff like that. We carry those things and it reminds us of the people that used to be there. Yo, like Coriano laughing, but I'm dead ass serious. Grandma was up on it. We got shit. You turn on the Twilight Zone or the Outer Limits. Don't turn on the what was it? What was the one? The X-Files. Oh man, my grandmother be like, now she don't know what she talking about. She talking about Scully. You know what I'm saying? He know what he talking about. He knows something wrong. He knows something going on. But she don't know what she talking about. She need to sit her ass down somewhere. That was grandma all day long. She said grandma must have been one of them folks who heard the original Orson Welles War of the Worlds on the radio and thought it was real. No bullshit. Grandma used to grandma probably did hear that shit. My grandmother was 9 years old working in the celery field. You dig? Working in the cotton gin. Real old school, real old head. You know, her mother never went to a grocery store type shit. Her mother always bartered with the other farmers, and she was a cheesemaker, a seamstress. She was a Seminole Indian, full blood Seminole Indian. My grandmother's grandmother. Her name was Missouri. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they used to, you know, they did get caught up in the propaganda of the days. They got caught up in the propaganda of the days, but it was all in good fun. And they still did what they had to do. They were more self-sufficient. They lived off the earth more than we do. They had less sick people than we do. You know what I'm saying? And our government really, when the elders die, a library dies with it. A whole entire history and folklore of your family and all that kind of stuff. So while the elders is here, speak to them, ask them questions. You know what I'm saying? All the things that you think you might want to know about your family and the things that you had that you have access to now when you have your grandparents and you can ask them. Your parents as well. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of times they know those things and have heard the stories that you haven't heard. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, now y'all talking about Brent. I shouldn't have said shit about The Price is Right because now we got game shows in the building. We got the beautiful Beverly Jackson in the building. The match game, the match game was the shit. Press Your Luck. My grandmother used to love Press Your Luck. Joy came through with the shows. Y'all already know. Quantum Leap. Now, see, my grandma wasn't hip to Quantum Leap. She was probably that was probably Quantum Leap was coming on. The time was a prime time show for me. And my grandmom and grandpop had their own prime time shows. And they had like a little TV room that they would watch their shit in. And they said, that my grandpa was like, well, tell him to go downstairs and watch TV. That's what we got the TV downstairs for. Go ahead and tell him to go down there and watch it. He want to watch what he want to watch. He can hook up that antenna to it and he can go downstairs. That's what we got that for. Keep him up out of my TV room. Like that was grandpa right there. You know what I'm saying? Why is he up here? Wheel of Fortune. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man, what's going on? Good to see you. Yes, indeed. I love all the beautiful people that y'all been rocking with me. The ones that have been rocking with me for a long time, y'all rock with me regardless of the show that I cover. I noticed that. And I love that. Some of you have been watching shows because I cover them. I can't tell you how many actual messages I got from people saying that they watched Severance because they followed me from. And I'm honored because I'm like, yo, first of all, you weren't watching Severance, but no, I'm glad you up to it now. I'm glad you hip to it now. But the first thing that I thought when people say that to me was like, hold on, wait a minute. You weren't watching Severance? Like, where were you at? What were you doing? What could you have actually been watching if you weren't watching Severance? Like, if you didn't see Severance, but a lot of people got hip to it season two. A lot of people got hip to it season two. And some of the ones that came along, the Johnny Come Latelys of season two, actually really loved the show because they had an actual chance to binge watch it and then start the season two. So that's kind of fire. And that's how my love for The Walking Dead grew. Because I started The Walking Dead in season two. And oh, thank you, Jazz. Thank you so much. Yes, Chris LaBelle is in the building. All the beautiful people that have been rocking with me for years, literally. I'm I started this channel in 2023. I've only been here for 2 years. And like a lot of you that are here in this chat right now today, talking to me right now, have been here for years. You know what I'm saying? That is so dope. Man, that is so dope. Yo, shout out to that. Somebody just sent a super chat. Yo, let me ask a question. Somebody just sent a super chat via Cash App. And they said, don't mention it. Don't mention it. Yo, why do y'all do that? So when y'all send a super chat in on Cash App, why do a lot of people say don't mention my donation? Why do y'all do that? I'm just curious, and thank you for your donation. Thank you for your generosity. I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people do that when they send that way. Also, the ones on PayPal, they do that as well. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? When you drop a super chat on YouTube, YouTube takes like they take 45%. You put $1 in, they take 45 cents. So, but you also get the chance for people to see your donation and for, you know, it's a better chance that I will see the donation as well. Because sometimes I don't see the super chats via Cash App until like after I look at my phone and stuff like that. I try to have my email up so that it pops up when it happens and stuff like that. But a lot of times people leave a donation on Cash App and say don't mention it. And I guess they want to remain anonymous. I guess the answer is in itself. You know what I'm saying? But thank you very much. I know you're listening. You know what I'm saying? Because I see you right there. And hopefully I ain't out you. But yo, shout out to you. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Let me take a couple sips of the Miss Reels tea. We got only a little bit of time. We got 20 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link down there one more time. We got 20 minutes before this show starts. I definitely want to hear what you all have to say about this make or break situation. This is definitely a make or break episode, y'all. And the only reason why it's a make or it shouldn't be. It's episode 2. This should not be a make or break episode. Episode 1 is supposed to hook you in. Look at episode 1 of season 1 of The Last of Us. It had me hooked. all of it was high octane. It started off real smooth and then came through like Patron. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Why would you do an episode like that? I do think it was set up. I do think there's a lot of setup, but this is the make or break. This is definitely the make or break. No, no, nah, yeah. They take 45%. They definitely take 45%. And some people say I don't like sending money to YouTube and that's why they sent it there, but they wanted to support the channel but don't say nothing. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's dope. You know, I still appreciate you. You know what I mean? And it's kind of dope that they do that as well, like because they realize that YouTube. Now, I say that a lot, but I say this too. YouTube has put together a wonderful platform where people can actually make money, and you can make money off of your talent, and you can make money off of mindless shit like cat videos and people farting on videos. Like you can make money like that, but it takes a lot of bandwidth and server power to run YouTube. So I can see why it would cost. Their costs are a lot. They do pay out a lot. You know what I'm saying? One thing is they don't tell you how much the advertisements make. They just tell you how much you're going to get. They don't tell you how much is made off of a person's advertisement being in your video. They just tell you how much they're going to pay you. They don't tell you how much they made. So you never even know what the percentage is. Like you don't know what the percentage of the ads that you're receiving and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I use my music in some of mine because that's an extra form of income that will go to my distributor. My distribution collects the views that I get on the music and my videos. And I like that. That's dope. But all content creators don't make music. You know what I'm saying? And some content creators actually pay for the rights to use other people's music. You know what I mean? Um, which is dope, and that's great for producers and stuff like that and beat makers. I mean, it's dope. But the way that YouTube, they do have a heavy bill to pay. Like some people's videos are up, and they they no matter how many views a video gets, YouTube has to pay for that shit to be up. You know what I'm saying? You're using space on their server, and they're constantly updating these things. And so I understand why they charge what they charge. Oh, we got Joy in the building. What's good, Joy? Thanks for joining.
Hey y'all, hey Real, what's happening? Happy Resurrection Sunday if y'all celebrate.
Yes, happy Resurrection Sunday. Happy Easter. Happy 420. All of the above.
Right. So with this season of The Last of Us, I know the first episode was boring. We gonna keep it 100. It was, okay?
Yeah, I gave it a 6.5, but it actually a 5, yo. I'm just keep it a buck.
But I still got really high hopes. I mean, they had to introduce some shit that they couldn't have done if there was a zombie invasion, you know? They had to set up scenes that they couldn't have done if there was a zombie invasion. So I get it. I get it. But what I'm really looking forward to since they introduced the romance of Dina and old girl is
Hmm.
a love story, because this show has established from the first season, God goddamn, they can write a love story.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
so like, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I saw I saw a Reddit theory that says that the love story that should happen is Gail and Joel.
No.
I hollered the holler that I never hollered. Yo, and they
Oh
had a meme though. They had like the ill. I gotta find that. I should have copied it and put it in our meme
man.
section in the Discord.
That
Yo,
would be
that's
so
hilarious.
wild. Oh, and I'm also interested in seeing how, he killed her husband.
That's the part I'm looking for.
Like, they told a story backwards.
Yeah, you're not gonna put the shit. Yeah, you're not gonna put that shit out there. I think that gets this whole episode too.
Mm,
And you know what you're telling and what you just now said right there, it shows like they're definitely gonna do Joel dirty. Listen to this.
mm-hmm.
His brother was a flyer. a firefly.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that the Gail's husband, he was a firefly.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie is a born firefly. Like, she's the firefly's messiah.
Uh-huh.
He killed mad fireflies,
And they coming for him.
and they coming for him. I don't think that they're gonna go the same route that they went with the video game. I think they're gonna do it differently.
How did they do it on the video game? I never watched that playthrough.
Without spoiling it, to to put it lightly, they played golf. Without a spoiler. But I don't think that they're gonna do it how they did it in the game. I think them focusing on us, seeing her say, we got to kill this guy slowly. You know what I'm saying? There was something else. Hold on. This picture right here. Where is it at? Here it is. This picture right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They suited and booted.
Right?
They on a mission. This is going to be, whatever happens to Joel is going to be ugly. They going to do it ugly. They going to do him dirty. I mean, if you play the game, then you know what happens or whatever. But I don't think that it's going to be like we saw in the game. Another hint was them showing us the little boy pointing his guns at Joel.
Yep,
He
finger
said,
guns.
keep killing the monster. Yeah, that right there was a clue. It had to be a clue. I actually sympathize with Joel, though. I'm gonna put it to you like this: how are you mad? If he would have let them kill you, you wouldn't even be here to be mad.
Right. But she'd made up her mind and she was ready. She was ready to go. She was like, this is what needs to happen. And
Well, she didn't know that it included death. She didn't know that her being the person to come through with the cure was death. Obviously, because she tried to cut herself and put her blood on the other kid. Like, she has no idea how this was going to work with her. She probably thought they were just going to take her blood and make an antidote or something. Nah, sis, you going on the chopping block.
we need the brain.
Yeah. you going on the motherfucking chopping block. What all right, I'm gonna put it out there. What do y'all think? What if killing her to get the cordyceps out her brain wasn't going to be the answer?
No one knows, but they had to try.
Wait, check this out. Well, they said they was gonna kill her. They said that. They said, yes, we gonna kill her. This is for the greater good. What if they would have said, nah, we gonna hook you up with a dude. Y'all about to be having immune babies around this motherfucker.
Not some forced birth Handmaid's Tale shit.
Yeah, what if they took that shit to the Handmaid's Tale? And you know what I'm saying? Would people have then looked at Joel like he was a villain then? Because if that's the case, then they would rather her die than to make more immune babies. That's a heavy notion to swallow right there. That's the philosophical tastemaker right there. That's crazy. That's a crazy ponder. Like, because either way, if you're going to do anything forcibly to this person, having the immune babies or whatever, that forcibly, any of that, and killing her, I think either one of those things Joel should have saved her from.
Right.
I think that Joel was right and I think Joel that was right for saving her. I don't think that he should have killed those scientists though.
Because like you said in the one live stream, like, those people are irreplaceable.
Yeah, they're irreplaceable people that he killed. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. You kind of got to kill everybody though, because they just going to keep coming looking for her.
Yep. Because that was their one purpose in the death of the world. That was their purpose.
Groucho Grouch. He hit the nail right on the head. He said, because there's also no guarantee her babies would be immune, and there is no guarantee that they would have been able to make an antidote from her anyway.
And there's no guarantee that she's not like a mule
Right. You know what I'm saying? She
and
could
can't
literally,
have no babies.
right. She might, that whole
She
situation,
might be sterile.
her immunity might, yeah, her immunity might have multiple dimensions to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, yo, we got another person, Taste Line. What's going on? Thanks for joining. What's going on? Oh, okay. You got to enact your mic. When you come back in, just hit the mic and make sure you allow your mic to go on. You know what I'm saying? Nah, and yo, check this out. I don't think it being his biological daughter is besides the point.
Absolutely besides the point.
They was gonna kill somebody he loved.
Family is what you make it.
Absolutely.
That's what you do as you
I
grow
always
up.
say that. I always say we're born with our relatives and we make our family.
There you go. Absolutely, 100.
You know what I'm saying? We're born with relatives and we make family. And in great cases, you have your relatives become your family as well.
Yep.
Because there's some relatives that you're not family with.
Absolutely not.
So it is what it is. I mean, and yes, he's the only parent she's known. Yeah. And check this out, right? When he was gonna leave her with Tommy, she was sick. She was like, yo, what? Everybody leaves me.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right? She was like, everybody fucking leaves me. And the only reason I've even made it this far, I'm still alive, is because of you, and you're gonna abandon me?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yo, I'm not laughing at what you just said. I'm laughing at Mickey B. Mickey B said she had no granny to watch TV with.
Oh.
Mickey B.
Deprived. Absolutely deprived.
Her granny was long gone. Yo. Yo, that's hilarious. Yeah, her granny was in the dust by now. It would be crazy plot twist. Her grandmother is the old lady that was in the first episode, that was chasing Joel's daughter, yo.
No! No! Not the lady next door that made the awful cookies.
Yo.
She was the real one making onion cookies. Who said that about several cents? Someone was making onion cookies.
Who was that? That was
Them was the original onion cookies.
Yo, she said she had no granny to watch TV with. Yo, I'm done. The plot twist is crazy with that being Ellie's grandmother. Yo, what? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I definitely gotta throw that in a video. Yo, the video is gonna start like this. Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another video. And then I'm gonna say, plot twist. This is Ellie's grandmother. And I'm gonna put her in the video. Yo.
And if they had some TV time, Ellie would not be nearly as fucking.
Word. Yo, that's gonna be hilarious. Ellie's grandma is hilarious. Yes, so we got 5 minutes. Everybody, go get your
snack and drink time.
Yes, snack, drink, 420 accessories, all of that, all of the above. Happy Easter. Get you a pickled egg, deviled egg.
No pickled egg.
I know y'all ass got some pickled eggs in a jar somewhere.
I never got them at the liquor store. I got them in the house.
You know what I'm saying? You know about 5 people up in this motherfucker eating one right now. I know y'all up in here with the pickled eggs. farts gonna be ferocious tomorrow at work. Y'all gonna be killing shit tomorrow.
Man, I didn't. Those were never a thing at my Easter celebrations.
Yo. And I know some of y'all eat some ham with that motherfucker. So yeah, y'all farts gonna be crazy tomorrow at work. Y'all gonna be acting like y'all ain't did this shit. Y'all gonna be blaming it on motherfuckers at work, all type of shit. Like,
No.
yeah, it's going. The day after Easter is always busy. It's always somebody with the egg farts in that building, yo.
You're gonna have the real thunder from down under.
Shit, I remember it from school, high school, when I went to first work, first job I had. The day after Easter was atrocious. It never fails. If you've been observing, then you realize what I'm talking about. Everybody know, like, yeah, I do remember last year a nigga was farting at work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Bev said she got some. Bev said, I got some in my fridge. Lucky I'm off tomorrow.
No.
Bev's just gonna be tooting around the house tomorrow. It's gonna get real up at Bev crib tomorrow. Oh my God, crack a window. Yeah. Strike a match. Yo, we up out of here. Just a little. Yo, you want to say peace to the peoples?
Peace to the peoples.
You made me blow my smoke out, yo, like a whole mouthful, though. Damn. Yo, this stream was excellent. Go ahead and get it, y'all. Yes, indeed. Just a little something to think about while we wait on the next episode, which is like in 3 minutes. That's all for the video today. Live stream today, 420. Catch you in the next one. Peace.